And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Meta for the start of the national stage in our tournament. My name is Chris. A pleasure to join you as always, and I'm being joined once again by the always reliable Gex. And well, Gex, it's finally time to see who's the best in the region. All the stage champions and the Kiwis as well coming along to join us now. And well, it'll be interesting to see who can make that grand final to be declared the champions of Meta.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a long road so far. It's been a number of months coming, and all these teams have put a huge amount of effort to get here. They all deserve it quite badly. And I think our first matchup is going to be an extremely close one. Watching across the regions, both Victoria and New South Wales have been pretty much top of their own games reliably, and I think they're going to compare pretty well.
Yes, indeed. We're talking about Yarra Valley Grammar taking on Caringbah High, which, I mean, both teams have performed quite well in their respective states. Yarra Valley as well, especially having a pretty good grand final against Over Newton in the Victorian finals. So, yeah, this should be a very good game, and I do think we'll see one of our grand finalists in this game as well. Traditionally, the Kiwis are very, very strong in these tournaments. I remember back in 2019 when they won Meta at MEO quite convincingly. So that was against the only lineup back then, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So yeah, this should be a good game to see who might join them possibly in the grand final. You never know. This could even be a grand final preview within itself.
Absolutely. And, these teams having come so far, they're going to fight for that with everything they got. So if you're looking for the best of these teams, that's what you're going to get today. These teams are really, really going to go hard.
Yes, indeed. And also something else to point out here, our best of fives as well, if I'm not mistaken. So this should be some pretty good games as well, as everyone's on their respective sides here. YVG on the blue, Caringbah on the orange. The timer ticks down, and we can finally get Nationals underway here. Let's see who will be our verse victor today.
Brando up early, can get it away, but will Whale get there before Hipster? No, it will not. As it comes back through the orange side, it's going to be Caringbah with the first attempt at some aggression here. It will get away from them though as it comes back again. Jeremy chasing that one up as Lapine gets it close to the goal for the first time now. Whale can't get onto that fast though, and it gets past the last man, Brando, as Whale gets back just in time and sends it upfield again. Already a lot of back and forth here.
Yeah, both teams quite even early on here as Hipswell gets a nice play across here. Lapine having to save it just off the crossbar. Well done there, not to put it into his own net to keep the scores even at 0-0. Cheromine tries to push it forward, but Lapine steals it away. Tategane now, who has been a key player for Caringbah, brings it forward to the midfield, gets it to Hipswell, their captain. Can he dunk it in? 1-2, no, off by the post it seems. Well, not credited with a save there. So Jeremiah just locks it in, gets a nice pass to Hipswell, who can only find it to the corner. Taps it up once again, however, so the ball just slows down a touch here. But yeah, both teams getting early opportunities here, but no one just able to convert as of yet.
Caringbah does seem to be finding each other just that little bit better, and there it is! That's what results in that. Hipster Whale gets the ball sent straight to him by an incredible little touch off the backboard from Tategane.
Yeah, that is a huge touch to get there for Hipster Whale. Very important that one goes in because, well, normally Yarra Valley, they are a team that starts off a little bit slowly. If I remember correctly, though, in the state finals, they might have jumped the gates quite well, actually. So, kind of change narrative a little bit on that, but I might be seeing a return to that case here today, as they are getting a couple of good opportunities though, but Caringbah defense has just been a bit too strong. Tategane with yet another save there. Hipster Whale tries to carry it out, but Brando locks it in for now. Tategane gets the ball, and he's actually able to sneak it past Lapine here. Will force Whale and Brando to go for a double commit there. Does get the ball locked into the attacking half at the very least, but now the ball just dribbles back out. This is a little bit uncontrolled. Hipswell able to steal it away. Tategane with an opportunity, only a 50 to deal with, but Whale able to block it off.
Well, a good pass down to Brando, but it will get away from him as Hipster Whale takes control. Jeremy demoed they might take away a passing opportunity as Tatagane takes control. A lot of work going into really opening up the net right now, and it's been tough already for that to happen, particularly for the YVG Spuds here. Yarra Valley having that little bit more trouble opening up that net. The defense really holding up for Caringbah right now, and it might fail though here as the YVG Spuds do get a shot on target. It will get taken away from them.
Huge shot by Hipswell and Tatagani just to get that out of trouble there. That definitely should have been a goal, but some desperate defending keeps the clean sheet up here for the New South Welshman as Lepine tries to carry it out of his own side. Won't be able to for the moment. Hipster Whale actually gets a good opportunity here if he can seal it away from Whale, but Brando pinches it away from his teammate. Sherman leaves it to Tatagane, and they'll allow him just to get the second opportunity as... Here we go, there's an option there for Whale, and he's able to just get it through there, and YVG will get their first goal.
Yeah, just a well-taken opportunity. The teammate in goal assumed that there was going to be a clear away there and turned the wrong direction and just left that ball that little bit out of reach for him. And YVG Spuds capitalized very, very well, really identified the opportunity and struck while the iron was hot, as it were. Now Brando looks to try and get a second one and get the first lead in this match. It's going to get put center by Jeremy, but Whale on it now. Tatagane will let that go to Hipster Whale. He is center for a pass, but with zero boost, can't take the shot, and it's going to be an open opportunity missed there.
Yeah, the chance goes wanting as we get close to the final minute of action here in this first game. Tatagane brings it back up onto his own backboard, tries to clear it out well though, gets a nice little touch, able to get it towards Hipster Whale, who punts it into the attacking third. Lepine, just a little touch there, trying to keep control, but possession quickly retained by Caringbah, who is going to fight for it in the midfield. Hipster Whale trying his best to push forward, but won't be able to. Jeremiah now comes back through to get the ball towards the side here. Tatagane will go to the heavens looking for a mechanics play here. Can he get it? Has the flip reset option, but doesn't use it. As the ball once again goes back on the attack here for Caringbah. 30 seconds remaining. A mutual demo there between Lepine and Tatagane might open it up for him, but there's no one to be found.
Now Tatagane downfield again, looking for the center. Can't read it off of Brando as Brando takes it low beneath him and handles it again. No boost, still gets it to the corner with Whale. Now it's dead center. Jeremy puts it away with 10 seconds left. We might be looking at overtime in our first match, just showing to prove what we were saying. These teams are so even, but will it be a 0-second goal? No, Tatagane finds the ground. Overtime it will be.
Yeah, the first cab off the rank here means a first overtime as well. So Tatagane looking to make it a short one. No, can he get it through? No, tight line, but just unable to finish it off there. Jeremiah keeps it locked in, however. Lepine trying to clear it out, but Hipswell just gets a nice little touch there. No boost though to work with him. Brando will punt the ball out of defense here. Can Caringbah bring it back onto attack? Short answer, yes they can. Tatagane puts onto the back wall, but Whale immediately takes the ball away. Jeremiah just blocks it, gives up the car, but actually two demos there for Whale might really open it up, but respawns come through and Yarra Valley just unable to capitalize on the opportunity. Well though, really putting in a lot of effort just to center the ball, but unfortunately it's not going to be for much as Hipswell now on a 50, but easily gets it to Whale. Tatagane follows through, that's the second man, and Caringbah will pick up game one in overtime.
Yeah, and I feel like this is well earned. While these teams are incredibly evenly matched, I feel like that little bit of edge just on consistency side really was with Caringbah that game, and a beautiful shot there just to finish it, working off of really, I don't even know if you could call it mistakes by YVG Spuds. The defense was there, but it just wasn't enough to get it past the strengths of Caringbah, and they are using those strengths very well. They're playing their own game and playing it well.
They are indeed. I completely agree with you. That was a pretty good first game from YVG. They definitely weren't slow out of the gates at all, but Caringbah's defense just proved to be the difference. I remember specifically that a double effort from Hipswell and Tatagane around the halfway point of the game, that probably proved to be a difference because that was all but a certain goal, but yeah, it just wasn't meant to be for Whale, who has all the shots for YVG as well. So both Lapine and Brando very quiet up front, at least in front of the net early on. So yeah, this will be an interesting game too here. YVG, they have the basics put down. They just need to maybe push forward a little bit more and try and get the attacking opportunities a bit more spread out because they keep it on Whale. That's where Caringbah is going to focus. And well, your only attacking opportunity, it's going to go mute very, very quickly.
And that is remembering that that's the first game of the series and our first casted game of the day. There probably is a little bit of time here for the YVG Spuds to pick up. They might just need that little bit time to get warm here, and we might see a different looking match here in the second game of the series, and I absolutely expect this to go both ways during this series. I'd be shocked if this best of 7 was a sweep in the favor of Caringbah.
Well, I think I said it earlier, but this is actually a best of 5, so yeah, all good. So yeah, there is still a little bit of a chance for them to come back, but just probably not as much as you would in a best of 7. So you need to make sure the Grizz are tightened up sooner rather than later, or they might be having to replace a reverse sweep to pick up the first series very early on. So YVG just stuck on defense here to kick things off in game number 2. Brando trying desperately to clear out, but the ball will be locked through. Lapine, a miss there, and that could open it up well though. Nice block there to deny Hipswell an opportunity for a backboard play, so it seems. Tagane will pick up the ball. Brando keeps it in the attacking half, so this might be an opportunity now for the blue side to get a goal. Tatagane carries it in front of the net and in it to safety. He's going to try and push forward as well. Finds well immediately, however. And well, now sets something up. No, Hipster immediately seals the ball away.
It is interesting though, despite the fact that these teams are so even, we have seen in these high school series, blowout series from games that were what you would typically call very, very close. Some really misrepresentative stuff out of series scores when individual game scores have been incredibly close. So we may even see that again, but somehow I doubt it. It's going to come away to Brando here. And actually, YVG Spuds are probably the first ones to put on really good attempts on goal here, and might have another one here as Whale takes control again. Great little center, but there's nobody there to take it as Lapine circles well back into defense.
Yeah, ball just hits the dead zone here. Hipster Whale able not to touch it there. Lapine steals it away. Chermai, big whiff as well. Will allow Lapine to get it to Brando here. And he do something with the ball. Tatagane though comes through on the backboard to take it away. Hipster Whale now looks for a backboard play, but no teammates there originally. Tatagane pops it up once again. This is looking good for Hipster Whale, who shoots and doesn't score. Brando saves, gets it on to the ceiling and clears it away.
Yeah, really had to be a little bit of a read there to save that. It actually came so fast that you couldn't play that reactively, but what a shot from Tatagane. Gets that small touch at the end there just to get it over the goalkeeper as Tatagane collects that flip reset so perfectly.
Yep, the mechanics have just been shown there by Tatagane. We saw it a lot in the finals, and state finals that is, and while we get to see it yet again, a very good way for Caringbah to take a 1-0 lead in game number 2 as Whale tries to carry the ball forward here. Won't be able to get it too much further. Lapine senses it out. Will Brando touch it? He will, but release to the wall. This might work out though. Whale, one touch. Where's Brando? Unable to get the last player. Hits Whale, takes the ball away and even bumps into Chermai there. A little bit of a miscommunication. Will allow Lapine to put it back on to attack, and that counter attack will quickly dissipate as well. Hipswell get to save, well, nearly on target, but Chermai will just get the save this time around. YVG really starting to get the opportunities here, but just not enough power to get it past the last man in defense.
And while it was nearly on target, what they really needed there was to open up that goal. The opportunity just wasn't there. There were too many defenders, and they're performing too well to take a shot like that and have any good chance of scoring. I mean, yeah, the chance is always there, but you want to maximize those opportunities, and they really didn't on that one. Now Lapine might be able to do it, though. Is anybody going to be there to back him up this time? They have been very defensive in these even aggressive plays. And no, it's going to be brought back to their side
Oh.
before you know it, and as a result, Jeremy will pick up one there as well.
Yeah, Jeremiah with the goal here, but that just comes from an unfortunate touch from Brando. Sends it straight into the net, trying to clear it out. And, well, those things just happen in Rocket League. They're unfortunate, but you have to recover from them. And now Brando looking to quickly make amends here, but unable to get the ball. Can Lepine finish something off? Maybe well, no. Hipsterwell with the save time around Brando. Bit too late on that handbrake turn and won't be able to get to the ball in time. And with 1 minute remaining, Hipsterwell might look to put the nail in the coffin here. They're also carrying forward. Jeremiah can't get the touch to get the ball in. Tatagane, he's on attack though. No mechanics available to him this time around. Brando steals the ball from right in front of his bonnet. As Brando, once again, just looks to try and push forward. The ball now stuck in the midfield here. Not looking too good for the Victorians with 30 seconds remaining here. Hipsterwell, will this be the nail in game 2? No, it won't. Well, able to keep the ball out for the moment.
Whale brought down to 1 boost, is starved in goal now. Risky opportunity here for Jeremy. Gets it down to Hipster Whale. It will centre again, but Hipster Whale has to be the one to do it. A second touch will make it scary as Lepine sends it well downfield with 8 seconds left. They don't have time for 2 goals though, as Hipster Whale sends it to the ceiling. It's going to come down eventually. 0 seconds, there it is, and Caringbah take game 2 as well. 1 away from the sweep.
Yes, they are, and well, they have proven to be the better team on attack here, really, so it's not really that surprising to say the least, but yeah, in saying that though, YVG, they're still playing well. It just really feels like their attack's laying them down at the moment. As you pointed out, even on their most aggressive plays, there's still a fair bit of defensive mechanics coming out with them retreating early on and not backing up the first attacker. So yeah, I feel like that's really cost them a fair few times here, and well, a few more shots spread out at the very least for them, but yeah, they're going to need to go that extra level here to have any hope of bringing back this series.
It seems to be a matter of the boost grabs from YVG. They need to rely less on those full boosts so that they don't have to rotate all the way back to the opposite side of the field just to have that boost. You need to look for those little pennies on the ground, pick those up and rely on those a little bit if you want to keep the pressure on. That does not mean you need to be up all the time, and when that pressure changes to be against you, you need to be able to get back fast. But right now, it is all defensive rotation. It is all defensive positioning, and that is hurting them when they're on attack.
It is definitely, as we get game 3 underway here. Let's see if they can push on a bit more and get a few more goals to their name here. Lepine looking for an opportunity here. Brando shoots but hits the post. Oh, that would have been a perfect way to start game 3, to start the comeback, but alas, the 4th man comes out here for Caringbah, and the post will pick up the first save as Lepine carries the ball forward here. Brando really trying to force the issue right now, but the ball dribbles off to the left-hand side. Hipsterwell able to clear out the ball. Lepine trying desperately to push it back into the attacking half, but won't be able to. Tatagane, now's the opportunity, but he loses control. Lepine punts it out of his own half.
Hipster Whale will put it down to the floor as Brando picks it up. A shot from Whale as well. It was actually a really good opportunity and well taken. Did have the support finally on that aggressive front, but no goal coming out of it just yet. They just need to keep it up as Tatagane puts the pressure against them this time. Now Brando upfield, not actually a pass to anybody though. It's well out of Whale's reach as Lepine. Defensive rotation there is a good one this time around as it comes back to him. Jeremy will take that, pick it up. Brando takes back the control. It's what they need, but Whale can't get on it quite yet. Tatagane will beat him at the ceiling level as well. Lepine, a great save, but nearly own goal as Brando does get it to the corner. Whale now looking to show some mechanics of his own. It's going to come to the backboard. There's Brando. It's pushed past by Hipsterwell. Lepine into the corner. Brando there again. Lepine, an opportunity, but Tatagane just gets it past.
Yeah, able to just get a pass there as we get close to the opening 2 minutes being done and dusted here in what could be the final game of the series. Jeremiah able to clear out the ball here. That's actually on target. Brando is unable to make the save, and Jeremiah will get the first goal here. very unexpectedly there. I thought Brando was going to save that for all money, but might have run out of boost. And
Yeah.
well, once
absolute zero.
again, boost becomes a massive factor in yet another conceded goal for Yarra Valley.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, it really was a matter of far less than a second there on that attempt. A fraction of a second faster, and he would have had that save, but like you said, zero boost brings him just that little bit too slow for the save, and it will be an unfortunate one against them here. This series turning out to be a lot less close than predicted right now as Brando goes up. It's going to go to the corner. It is interesting, though, to see how these match up because we haven't seen any of these teams face each other. This is the first of our nationals, and yeah, it's tough to predict how these teams we've never seen up against each other will face off right now.
Yeah, and that's the big thing about nationals, especially when we have the Queensland and not New South Wales, the Kiwi teams as well, where we haven't seen full stop all season. So yeah, it's just all those little bits of intrigue that makes these finals so unpredictable, really, as we get close to the final few minutes of action here in Game 3 and possibly the series if the score holds. Ipswell trying desperately to get the ball down to his teammate. Ipswell actually follows it through, gets a nice bump off Brando to bring the ball slightly more forward, but unable to finish off the play. Ball heads back, and Tatagane and Charamar will bring it back forward here. Gets the ball off the corner. Brando there back in defense, so we'll get the save this time around. Ipswell trying to follow through, but Brando puts it into the midfield at the very least. But now Tatagane gets it. Ipswell back down. Where's Charamar? Just playing a little bit more defensively here. With a minute 20 remaining, Brando looking for an opportunity to push forward, but once again, they just get the ball straight back over to the orange side of Caringbah.
Jeremy looking to set up again. A good touch by Whale might be able to get them back control, but it's a little too late. As Whale takes a pass well, there's no force on that touch though. Tatagane will take it to the corner. It's going to center very well. Lapine can't read it. Gets taken low by Jeremy as it gets right in front of goal. Tatagane, a very close touch there, does save as Hipster Whale takes it to the wall and pushes it well back again. We're well into the last minute of play here as Jeremy has the boost but can't get low enough to backboard that. Nobody to back him up. Brando demoed away, might get this back into Caringbah's possession again. But Brando in midfield will give them another opportunity. It could be one of their last now. Tatagane takes it away. Hipster Whale up into the corner looking for a second touch. Doesn't find the angle he was looking for, and it will go away to Whale. 18 seconds on clock. Lapine to the corner. Whale now going to try and chase this out, but the 50 doesn't go to plan as Hipster Whale gets it out to that center position again. So much pressure by Caringbah. Finally, it lets go. Brando, one last opportunity. 0 seconds now as it comes down to the floor. Caringbah will take the game in a very narrow fashion. A 1-goal lead will take them the game and the series.
Yeah, all those games pretty darn close as well. 2-1, 2-0, and 1-0 there in the favour of Caringbah. So it is yet another series that does belie the fact of the how close the games were. But in saying that though, Caringbah did have the control for the most part, and well, YVG, it honestly felt like their attack just really let them down here. They got 6 attacks off this time around, but that was the same as they did in game 1 and weren't able to convert off any of those attempts.
Yeah, I mean, there just were so many attempts as well. YVG were able to push up field. They had relatively good possession of the ball at times, but Caringbah seemed to improve over the series as well. I mean, they started strong, but that last game, despite being a 1-0, they just had so much control over the field, so much control over the ball, and YVG Spuds, even when they were able to get back that control, had so few options. It just kept getting removed from them, and yeah, in the end, it was a solid gameplay across the entire field that really won that for Caringbah.
It was indeed. So they'll head towards the top of the standings now with a 1-0 record, and we'll have a break here for the next half hour. We'll be back at 1 o'clock with our next game, which will be the Queensland team taking on the New Zealanders, and that will be McLean's taking on Marsden. See you in a few. And actually, we're going to be back very, very quickly just to announce our MVP. So this one was actually quite hard, wasn't it, Gex? I thought all three
Yeah.
players played quite evenly, but we eventually came to our decision.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's the toughest decision we've had to make on MVP the entire season. I mean, these guys
Yep.
played so evenly, but yeah, we're going to have to give it to Jeremy. Really, I mean, I talked about before we went to that short ad break there that it was the controller cross field that got them the win there. I think largely the responsibility of that came down to Jeremy. He was everywhere.
Yeah, it was a really good decision from Jeremy, who is normally a bit more of a defensive player as well. Normally plays
Mm.
that third man role. So yeah, it was good to see the mix up and really bring it out on attack as well. So yep, that will be our MVP for Jeremiah. And with that, we will now go to a half-hour break and we'll be back with Marsden v McLean at 1 o'clock. So stick around and we'll be back then with the matchup between the Queenslanders and the Kiwis.